Good morning, everyone.
Yes, hello. Welcome.
You guys, we were just scrambling for a second. Oh my gosh. We were like, we barely got this set up today. It was just one of those mornings.
I didn't even have time to take the sheen off my forehead.
You didn't eat that radiance cream?
No, usually I apply the radiance cream so I don't shine so much. So I apologize if the light from my forehead blinds you.
We're just very glowy today.
Yes, that's what it is.
Healthy skin glows.
Healthy skin today.
Well, good morning. Thanks for joining us live. We are Kristen and Brian from Skin Therapeutic. And today we are talking about a very interesting topic, which I think you guys are going to find it interesting at least, is retinols.
Yes. Retinols, retinoids.
Retinoids.
All the retinol family. I feel like we could have a Family Feud episode on this.
I know.
Yeah, it's the retinols versus the retinoids and the retinols and the retinol hides.
So many options.
Yeah, so we're going to unpack some of that for you guys today because it can be confusing. A lot of times because some of them they can be talked about all like they're the same.
Right, and they're not created equally.
They're not created equally. They have different benefits and different strengths and things like that. So, yeah, we're going to talk about some of those. Are we cheersing?
Cheers.
Might as well. Cheers.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Happy Wednesday. It's a coffee day for me, straight up, caffeine drip.
Yeah, straight. I need it like intravenous, like put it in the cells.
Yeah,
please.
Directly into. Well, let's talk about vitamin A first because all retinoids are derivatives of vitamin A. Yeah. So that's probably where we should start is kind of defining what vitamin A is and what are the properties of it.
Yeah, well, it's a potent antioxidant. It definitely helps protect against UV rays or UV damage, and it definitely slows down the signs of aging. Yeah. I love vitamin A for those very reasons because we need all the help we can get when it comes to the UV rays. Like goodness gracious, like 75% of aging is due to UV damage. So something like that, some 75% or whatever.
It's huge.
It's huge. So anything that can help that is amazing, and we definitely need to be having incorporating that into our skincare regimen, and we just got to figure out which one is best.
Right.
For us.
And then you have to do this little shoulder dance thing.
I'm excited about Retinols, y'all. That's a great thing.
So exciting. But vitamin A is kind of cool though too because it has two parts to it. So part A is the carotenoids, which is like your beta carotene. So that's going to provide the antioxidant benefits to it, which is, I don't even know. Antioxidants are so critical now because, especially with your face, because when you're out of doors, most of the time you're not covering your face.
Right.
So you're being bombarded with free radicals and pollution and all those kinds of things. So any kind of antioxidant you can be applying to your face is going to be beneficial. Yeah. And then part 2 of vitamin A, that's the retinoids.
Yes.
And so that's the active form, and so that's where you're going to get into the. But there are different forms of that, and so there's retinol esters, retinol, retinaldeyde, retinoic acid.
Yeah, there's so many.
So we'll talk about different things. So just the benefits of vitamin A, though, like we've already said, it's a highly effective antioxidant, and it's been shown to help with hyperpigmentation. Acne reduction, hyperpigmentation. I think I said that already, but I'll say it again.
But say it again because it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth saying multiple times. And then aging. I think just overall, any form, like the vitamins help nourish your skin and help keep your skin just in great health. But retinols in particular are going to help with cell turnover. And I think that's important to kind of, we keep coming back to a couple different things when it comes to skin conditions. One is inflammation and the other is cell turnover. Yep. And so I think it's important to kind of understand that the whole, it's retinols in general, just every single one of them after the research that we've done, it's just about cell turnover. It's about having those healthy cells, coming up to the surface.
Absolutely. And with aging, with anything, it's as we age, all the things that are found naturally in our bodies, whether that be the collagen or the antioxidants or even the retinols that are found naturally in our body, their production decreases.
Right.
And so that's why we typically age faster, is because we don't have as many of those.
Yeah.
But luckily,
we have retinol.
We have products.
We have retinol products.
Products to help that.
Absolutely. So let's kind of divulge into what are the most common types of retinol or forms of retinol, and then what are the differences? I think we should start with the most common, which is retinoic acid.
Yeah, retinoic acid. So retinoic acid is the most common, and this is typically a prescription-only brand. So things like Retin-A, Retinova, Tazorac, and Differin are some of the most popular ones. It was originally, Retin-A was developed in the 1970s as an acne treatment.
Yes.
And so that's where they first started to find it effective in aging, just in their studies that they were doing with acne. And so they would notice that dark spots would be made better. Wrinkles would be reduced with application of this. So it was later approved by the FDA for those conditions as well.
Right, and some of those are the brand names of those particular different types. So tretinoin, you know, those kinds of things. Is it Tezaretine or whatever?
Tazoretine. Yeah.
And then Differin is
Adapalene.
Adapalene, yeah.
Adapalene.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys probably heard tretinoin many a time. If you're in this industry for 5 minutes, you've probably heard that.
Right.
But I think the biggest thing to understand about these particular products and these particular brands is that this is the strongest form of retinol, and so it's going to have the biggest side effects. These are going to be, like you said, prescription strength, and you're going to see, you could see redness and inflammation. You could see, some photosensitivity, especially with these particular products. And so, especially whenever you're doing your consultation with a new client, or even just an existing client that may be, seeing a dermatologist in addition to an esthetician. It's important to understand that if they say they're on tretinoin, that they are on a strong retinol.
And that's a critical question to ask.
Absolutely.
You really need to know if they're on something like that before you do anything.
Absolutely. So make sure that's a part of your intake and consultation process with your clients. But that photosensitivity, the excessive peeling, the just overall sensitivity is heightened with these products being applied to their skin. So definitely watch out for that and include that into your so retinoic acid, strong products there.
Please wear sunscreen if you're using that form of retinol too, because it can really increase the skin damage too and hyperpigmentation. With that.
Absolutely.
So the next form is just retinol. That's the second most common form. Regular old retinol. Regular old sorry, I just got really southern on everybody. It's found
like a Bad Country song.
Well, maybe it was.
Rain over
I'm not. I was about to start singing, but I'm not going to. So
you will later, y'all.
Yeah.
It'll come out.
So retinol, found in many over-the-counter products. So it's widely available in a lot of different skincare products. It actually converts to retinoic acid within the skin. There's a kind of a chain reaction or a longer process that it goes through. But it's going to aid in damaged skin cells, helps them to produce normally, mature normally, encourages exfoliation, stimulates cell proliferation or collagen production, which also helps in that kind of activity, brightens the skin. It's really considered the gold standard.
It is really the gold
this
standard.
Is like the main thing that everybody wants in anti-aging products.
Yeah. It is the most common, like you said, because it is over the counter. It's available over the counter. So these are going to be lower strength than the
Retinol and Retin-A.
Absolutely. So this one's not going to have as many side effects, but you still need to watch this one because it is going to be like we have it in our products and the stuff that we have it in. You can definitely see some more heightened sensitivity to things like photosensitivity, and even in the treatment room, like just doing a manual scrub if someone's on a retinol product of any kind, either the retinol or the one that we just talked about, you're going to see they may turn pink from just scrubbing and stuff. So just heightened sensitivity, make sure you're doing covering all of that. But it definitely helps with like acne, hyperpigmentation, rosacea even, which is awesome because rosacea is a tough one to deal with. But like I said, less irritating, usually lower percentages.
Typically. And the percentage of retinol is going to vary too in different products. So you also need to pay attention to the percentage in the product that you're using. And I would even say that this is you just have to ask this question in your intake. That anything and everything that whatever skincare products they're using at home or whatever you plan to use, and the sensitivity is going to vary as well. Yeah. It can even vary in the same person.
Absolutely.
So they could come see you one time and maybe not have much of a reaction, and then the next time, depending on where their pH is in their skin, where the moisture barrier is, it can all of those things affect how they're going to react.
Yeah,
and so it's you really have to watch it all the time to be able to pay attention to it. And this is one too that you'll want to work your way up. Not something that we recommend using every day, especially out of the gate. Your skin will have to build up to it as well.
Yeah, so be looking at, I did have a client recently that was, been seeing her for a couple months now, and she was using a retinol product that was way too heavy for her skin. Her acne was not able to heal because she was having such dryness on the surface levels and wasn't able to combat that because it was just, the retinol was just so active. Yeah. So, it may be something that you need to play with a little bit with your clients, with the products and stuff that you're going to be, recommending to them. That if they have more of a sensitive skin type, that we ease into something, go with lower percentages, maybe a different form of retinol, like retinol palmitate, and then move up into a true retinol product. Yeah. That may be a treatment plan option. Yeah. Retinaldeyde.
Retinaldeyde.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this one, so this is interesting.
And this one is found in the conversion process of the vitamin A to retinoic acid in there in the middle, and so it's derived from retinol. And so retinol is going to convert Retinaldeyde is converted from retinol, which then converts to retinoic acid within the skin. And so the retinoic acid within the skin, that's what we naturally have within our skin. That's what's going to help with all of the things that we're trying to do, whether it be anti-aging or the hyperpigmentation, skin conditions, whatever it is that we're trying to convert to. But if you just put pure retinoic acid on your skin,
not good.
I don't recommend that.
Don't recommend that at all.
Get there slowly. You're really going to have some adverse effects. And so that's why these different forms of the retinols are so helpful, is because it's that gradual process and that reaction that it goes through to get there. But retinoic acid, though, can't be stored in the body.
Yeah.
And so even though, in addition to producing less as we age, we don't have any surplus volumes in the retinol closet.
No.
Wherever that is in your body.
Storage.
Yeah, there's no storage, and so that's why these products are so essential to replenish that supply. But it makes it also very good at going in and doing what it's supposed to do quickly and effectively to be able to do that. It can have side effects similar to retinol, probably not quite like that. So each one of these we're talking about, the side effects are lessened with each one that we talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think another one that is not as commonly heard of is the retinol esters.
Retinol ester with a Y.
Exactly. And so it's one of the most common retinoids found in the body, though, which I thought was interesting. And it is actually a storage form of retinol found in the body. So there's a little bit of storage, but not like what we have. We just don't have a surplus of anything.
Yeah. It acts like a carrier.
It does. And I think this is interesting because it's it carries the retinol binding proteins, and I think that's just super important.
Yeah, because protein synthesis and any kind of skin rebuilding, protein is an essential part of that.
Yeah.
And so by having this, being able to carry those proteins within the body, then that is going to aid in cell reproduction, boosting collagen, and all of those things.
Yeah, it's just definitely needed for
There's
sure.
so much science involved.
There is so much science involved.
Sorry.
I don't even know where you were
that wasn't even in the script.
So, I think what's the connection between retinol esters and retinol palmitate?
Let's see. Palmitic acid is actually what is within retinol palmitate.
Okay.
And palmitic acid is a retinol ester.
Yeah.
And so it's combining retinol with this palmitic acid to, it's a superfood.
It's basically a superfood for your skin. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I made that up.
You made that up?
I believe it, but I just said that word. No one else has ever said that I know of.
That's so funny.
But it is a great combination of two different things to really increase the effectiveness of both of them. So retinol palmitate with the Y.
This is the last form of retinol we're going to discuss today, and it's the gentlest, we feel like, too.
It is. And so you take your pure retinol, or vitamin A, and combine it with this palmitic acid, which is the retinol ester, and then you get a very highly effective antioxidant.
Yes, and don't we love antioxidants, guys?
Yeah, it's huge, awesome. Huge. Fewer side effects. It's much more gentle on the skin. It's less irritating. It does actually help protect against UV rays. So when you get to this form with this certain combination, then it will help protect against UV rays. Now, that doesn't mean you don't need to wear sunscreen.
Right.
Please, you still have to wear sunscreen, but it can help.
One thing I think it's interesting is that its effectiveness is actually... It reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles when it's used with alpha hydroxy acids.
Yes.
And I think that's super important because alpha hydroxy acids are pretty potent. They're pretty strong, you know. Yeah. The fact that it's, you know, like the effectiveness increases, you know, whenever you're using those in conjunction with retinol palmitate. Yeah. Is awesome to me.
Yeah. Well, I like that too because while you have the less side effects of the irritation of the retinol palmitate, when you do combine it with the alpha hydroxy acids, then that's when you're going to be able to use this as an effective wrinkle reducing form.
Absolutely.
So while it's going to be great as an antioxidant on its own, but then by combining it with the alpha hydroxy acids, then you get another superfood.
Yes, another superfood.
Another superfood. Yeah, this is my word of the day, I think.
That's so awesome. Yeah. So alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic and lactic are fantastic against fighting wrinkles and fine lines and stuff. And so just using that in conjunction with retinol palmitate, it's going to be an amazing combination there for glowing, beautiful, wrinkle-free skin.
And we noticed on Paula's Choice that this does have a best rating. From Paula's Choice as it is the best as an anti-aging ingredient, antioxidant.
I think I just stole his line.
Yeah, you did. But, you stole Nacho Libre's line. Not really.
Well, that is
my line so much, but
around here, it should be yours.
Yeah, it should be mine. But also, Paula does her research, so I love looking into what she has found because she quotes so many different sources, and she had a lot of recent surveys and studies that show that. There are some rumors out there that retinol palmitate can be toxic, and she explicitly says that those rumors are false.
Right.
That it's based on a 20-year-old study that's never been done on live people, and she quotes and cites several different journals that are pretty recent I guess refute this and say that it's safe for the skin. So if you have heard those rumors, this is what we got from Paula. In Paula We Trust.
In Paula We Trust. Yeah, so if you're ever online and you just want to, look up an ingredient that is a fantastic source, just a quick reference there. And there's a couple things we wanted to talk about. There were some questions that we got from a esthetician, and it talks about the pre and post care when it comes to retinol and peels. So I'll just put this out here. I'm a little bit more aggressive with my theory, but I've seen really great results in my clients. I am okay with using a gentler retinol palmitate post treatment.
Yes. Because
of what it does in the skin and how it helps, basically jumpstart the cell turnover process post-treatment. Now, pre-treatment, if you're using a true retinol product, we'll just continue that a couple weeks before a deeper chemical peel or something, aggressive. But for something as just like a facial, I'm okay only discontinuing it for a few days before the treatment. So it's just it's going to vary case by case. It's going to vary client by client. I think understanding the difference between something like tretinoin, Retin A, and then understanding that is not retinol and that's not retinol palmitate is very crucial to kind of deciding how to approach that treatment. The treatment plan and then the post-care and pre-care for your clients. So make sure that you understand that when they say they're on Retin A, that is not the same as retinol palmitate. So you can be more aggressive with retinol palmitate in the treatment room if they're on like a retinol palmitate product. But if they're on Retin A, tretinoin, you definitely want to take it easy and approach that differently than you would the retinol palmitate. So,
well, I think that it's even a clarifying question.
Yeah.
Because people may say, well, are you using a retinol product? Yes. Well, don't leave it there.
No.
Which one?
Yeah.
What are you using? You need to know exactly. So, especially if you can look at the ingredient list to see, which one is listed on there, because sometimes it could be retinol and retinol palmitate. It could be one or the other.
Yeah.
You really need to know so you can base your skincare plan and your treatment based on what they're actually using.
Absolutely. So I think it's super important, like we said, that intake and consultation is vital to any treatment that you do. However, this one in particular, especially when it comes to chemical peels, it is important to know because they make it on your table and turn tomato red, and that's not okay. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we have a thorough consultation so that you are and have your laptop or iPad or whatever there. If you don't know the information regarding the medications that they are on, or the retinol product that they are on, you can Google it right up there, and you should be able to get an info sheet or something on it so you can decipher and make the best treatment plan. Yeah,
so that's good. Well, we wanted to tell you about two amazing products that we have that fall in this line.
Yeah.
And so there's two of them, and one of them is going to be more towards, really nourishing the skin, helping that collagen production, reducing wrinkles, the appearance of wrinkles, and then the other one is more of a brightening product. So the first one we'll talk about is Derma Boost. And so this is Derma Boost, and you're going to notice that the package looks exactly like the one that says Retinol,
but it's just a different type.
It's a different product.
Different selection of, letters and whatnot.
But here's what I like about this. So this one does contain retinol palmitate in it, but it also has glycolic acid in it. So that's what makes this a very powerful one for increasing cell turnover, and you're probably going to get some increased peeling if you use this in conjunction with a chemical peel. I know that I have experienced that personally.
Yes.
So some of the times when I have had chemical peels, when I use Derma Boost, the peeling really increases. The cell turnover really increases quickly. But it also has a lot of other great stuff in it too. I mean, what are some of the other things? I can't read that far.
It's okay. So it's got aloe in it, which first off, I love the fact that we have aloe in a lot of our products. Yeah. It's just one of my favorite ingredients. Cucumber extract, chamomile. There's hyaluronic acid in it as well. So you're talking about, effectiveness against, or boosting collagen production, antioxidants with the green tea that's in it, and I like green tea as well because it's specifically against free radicals, and those free radicals, man, they'll get you.
I know.
But inflammation too. Green tea is fantastic for inflammation, so I think that's a good pairing with a retinol of any kind, even retinol palmitate, because for someone that has highly sensitive skin, you can have some redness, some inflammation, if even with something very, light as the retinol palmitate is. I love
it's a great starter product. I mean, if no one has ever used any kind of retinol product at all, it's a great place to start them and to see, how their skin reacts and how it does.
Absolutely.
The other one, the Retinol.
This is my personal favorite one.
Yeah, well then you go ahead and talk about it. I love it too, but it's her personal favorite. So I'm going to turn it over to Kristen.
This is one that I keep in my skincare regimen all the time.
Yeah.
I encourage people to use this one post peel, especially if they have sensitive skin. If they are on and this one has a little bit less retinol palmitate than the Derma Boost. The Derma Boost is stronger than the Retinol. But the Retinol is paired with niacinamide, kojic acid. It has retinol palmitate. It has glyceric acid in it.
Licorice root.
And so personally, I like this. This one we advertise as a dark spot corrector, but I use this one all over my face, and it really has helped even out skin tone. It has definitely helped in like my post-care treatment plans with chemical peels specifically, because it just helps induce the peeling. So this one, like I said, is a little bit less retinol palmitate, so it's not as harsh. You can have a sensitive skin person have a chemical peel, start using this in their post-care treatment, and they shouldn't have, you know, an adverse reaction because it's weaker than the Derma Boost. So a person like you who has more resilient skin and would be able to use...
I'm so resilient.
He's so resilient. But has more mature skin, more resilience, they can definitely go with the stronger Derma Boost in their post-care treatment, whereas a person like me who is super sensitive would go more Retinol. And because I'm dealing with a different, you know, more hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, which niacinamide and kojic acid, all those are really great for. So, but I definitely love the Retinol, and I use it like 2 to 3 times a week. And I love using this one in conjunction with like a scrub because it does help. You know, with cell turnover. Yeah, it does. So you got to help get that little manual scrub going on.
I like it too. I alternate between the two.
You do?
Yeah, Derma Boost and Retinol. So I actually use both. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in as to what I want to use. But I do, and you guys know, I mean, what a big part of what we love and what we do here has to do with exfoliation and chemical peels. And so our skincare line is really produced and formulated to work well with chemical peels and other exfoliation products that we produce. So that's why we like the Retinol Palmitate and putting these other ingredients in it as well to enhance the effect that we're going for a specific skin condition like dark spots or anti-aging and those kinds of things. So when you're doing chemical peel treatments and different things and planning out a regimen for somebody, these products are going to fit in perfectly with what you're trying to do from a chemical peel standpoint.
Absolutely. Yeah. We like it. We like both of them for sure.
Yeah, we're fans.
So what takeaway, I guess, from this is know what kind of retinol your clients are on, or what kind of retinol maybe you should be on. And then a great place to start is Retinol or Derma Boost because it's Retinol Palmitate. So it's good for most skin types because it is a little bit more, you know, for more sensitive skin, I guess. A little, I don't want to say weaker because it does work. It is not weak by any means. No,
it's not. And so, just to, you know, if you've never tried it before, give it a try. And we'll do a flash sale from now till the end of the month. It's good. We'll make it 15% off.
Okay.
Yeah, I just decided that right now in the moment.
He did not tell me this before.
No, this was not planned. So I thought.
Sorry, Kim. I see you watching.
Yeah. Why not?
By the way.
Why not? So no prices have been changed in the system. We're gonna have to do that right now because I've already spoken the words and I can't get them back.
So flash sale from now till the end.
October 31st.
Okay, so October 31st.
Yeah. Happy Halloween early.
Happy early Halloween. Love it. Awesome. Well, so excited to have that. We'll get that changed on the website so you guys can order online. But if you want to, you can give us a call at the office and we'll make sure that discount gets applied right now. So from 11:27 Central Standard Time until midnight on the 31st.
Right.
Thanks, Brian, adding stuff to my to-do list.
You are very welcome. That's what I do.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to
absolutely.
get to speak with you, and we hope you find these things educational. That's our goal, and to help you navigate through some of these things. And so we appreciate your support, and just look forward to talking to you and helping you out in any way we can.
Excellent. So we'll see you guys in just a couple of weeks with a brand new topic, and make sure you bring your coffee or hydrate or whatever it is whatever beverages that you have at 11 o'clock at Central Time.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day. Bye.